Mecha Tassadar online.
I play to win. Fight time.
I bring the Mega Death.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me now? I feel stupid. I'm not going to bother to repeat all the analysis I've been doing, but basically, summary of it all is solo lane's important on this map. Counterpick Stupid's been focusing on banning out the solo lane with Rexar and Malthael. Team member Strike Go banned out Valk's Garrosh, and then they banned out Gazlo, just a really strong meta hero right now. The first pick with Tassadar was great. D.Va Brightwing, very strong. Both of them very strong right now. Brightwing is extremely, extremely powerful as a healer right now. The level 13 talent that increases her healing from her E. You throw that on a hero, you press Z, that's like a 60% HP heal. It's insane. We do see Deckard and ETC picked up on the side of... Can't counterpick stupid. My words being stuck in my mouth there for a bit. Now that you can all hear me, I don't know what to say anymore. ETC potentially going to go the global ult here just to be able to bounce back and forth between top and mid to kind of match that ability for Brightwing. Yrel also just a very strong offlaner. I do believe D.Va beats Yrel in a straight matchup. Started blinding me with the colors here. But I don't actually have enough experience with that to say for certain. And Cassia, certainly a very strong auto attacker right now. Going to bring a lot of trouble, in my opinion, to the side of Team Member Strike Go. But so far, both drafts just look really, really strong. Diablo KT, very strong. Brightwing, very strong. D.Va, very strong. Tassadar, Deckard, ETC, Yrel, Cassia, all very, very strong meta heroes coming out from both teams right now. And rounded out with a Tychus. Going into Yrel and ETC, a Tychus will give them a little bit of a tough time. Now, a little bit of a secret for everyone out there. Percent damage kills all heroes just as fast as any other hero. So just because one team may not have a bunch of really tanky people doesn't mean that Tychus is not still a threat. He will kill every hero at about the same speed. And with his basic attack damage added on top of his percent damage, he actually kills squishies faster than he kills tanks, technically. I think the Tychus will give TRSG a lot of value into Yrel and ETC, who both kind of depend on armor. Percent damage will ignore the armor and cut right through. I'll be interested to see if Yrel still picks Dauntless this game because of that. Dauntless still very strong into the D.Va in the solo lane, though, so will be an interesting match for sure. Let's go ahead and switch out of the draft screen and onto this screen so that y'all can see me in a corner as I sniffle on mic. Sorry about that. Been feeling a little under the weather lately. Nothing too concerning, though. As we load into this game here, hopefully I am not the potato computer keeping us from loading. Haven't had much issues ever since I got the new rig, though. Looks like I am not the potato computer keeping us from loading, so that feels good. And we are here on Dragonshire for our first game in this best of 3 between Counterpick Stupid and Team Rainbow Strike Go. Let me bring up the talents and introduce our teams. We have on the left-hand side, Counterpick Stupid with ETC, played by Valkymer, Tassadar, played by Keladorn, Yrel, played by Osprey, Deckard, played by Madathi, and Cassia, played by Thorin. On the right-hand side, we have Team Rainbow Strike Go, TRSG, with Kael'thas being played by Robert, Tychus being played by Styx, Diablo being played by Silver, the Right Wing being played by Panda, and Diva being played by Kingle. We do see Yrel just immediately split off to the top lane. Diva follows suit just behind as the 4-mans head to mid. Let me zoom out slightly here, give you a little bit better of a view. I am playing it on ultra wide, so that is why the aspect ratio is the way that it is. We do see a quick run out onto the Tychus, but no follow-up, and Valk ends up getting a lot of damage to that. Meanwhile, Diablo picking up Cassia. Gonna get the early pick on Cassia between the Diablo flip push and the KT stun. As Team Rainbow Strike Go just slightly ahead on rotations. Now, those early picks don't mean too much. Valkymer is able to power slide away. So again, the early picks don't mean too much. Not too much to worry about right now. Just a slight level lead from that early pick. I don't remember what the XP shows here. Yeah, here. So you can see Minion just slightly ahead because they're ahead on rotations, and Osprey had to back up for some reason. Missed, I think, one globe top. Maybe trying to rotate down to mid to match that double soak. I haven't watched that lane too closely yet. We do see both teams heading onto their camps. We actually see Counterpick Stupid CCS picking up their camp slightly before. Valk positioning still pretty aggressively into the Diablo Tychus, but manages to walk away safely in the bottom lane as Siege Giants start pressing up. We do have Cassia soaking mid, and KT just kind of waiting in the Bermuda Triangle for Cassia to rotate down just to catch that vision. That does mean it will be a 4v3 here as KT is still soaking mid, so I'd like to see CCS pull some aggressive moves here. They do have Yrel in mid to delay. A nice delay, last second delay. Yrel in mid to delay and just trying to double soak here. CCS needs to push onto this bottom point. Not sure what Thorin's doing walking up into the bushes there, but they still have a 4v3 down here. They need to take advantage of this. That sees the Deckard root onto the Tychus, burning the Brightwing Z onto Tychus. Yrel managing to keep mid lane from being capped by KT. All the while, CCS pushes as4 onto the bottom point. Burning a cleanse from Diablo even to escape that root. Would have surely been more follow-up after the root if he had not. So a good cleanse burned, but a cleanse nonetheless. And Tassadar is smashed into his own wall. Something I've always wanted to see. Brutally savage play by Silver there on Diablo. We do see Cassia matching Diva mid now while Yrel goes up to grab top. So while the 4v3 is happening in the opposite direction here for Team Rainbow Strike Go, Valk positioning very aggressively for a 4v3. Rotating quite aggressively, getting this stun to get out though. Perfectly safe. As we see Cassia just catching up soak mid, Yrel catching soak top and tapping point. And we're going to see Cassia rotate down as Tychus and KT start to try and match up to Yrel. Yrel did show the armor talent at level 1. Let's go ahead and show talents again. You can see those beautiful level 4s. It is electric fence out of Tassadar, so just a little bit more damage out on the E. And we do see Ruby picked up by Deckard. I've been not liking Ruby as much lately. I do think Ruby brings a lot of great healing, but the shield talent, I feel like, provides constant value, where Ruby maybe gets value like once every 2 to 3 throws of your W. Valk positioning really aggressively, getting wall stunned, wall banged, hit on by the Tychus, but just healing right back up with a couple of potions and a press of the E, and is right back where he wants to be. Tychus did end up going the bigger they are. Just a 4v4 down here as they are focusing hard on KT. Get the pick, but the pick comes out onto Valk in response. Bigger they are. Not getting actually any value on that pick in particular, but burned him down to get the pick started. We do see auto attack build out of Diablo, again, very strong. Hyper shift to unstable anomaly, so a little bit of a mixture build from Brightwing. As Team Rainbow Strike Go heads up onto their siege camp, Counterpick Stupid is going to focus on clearing mid-wave, grabbing the siege camp of their own. Celadorn very low on mana. I'd like to see Valk soak bottom, and as soon as Celadorn finishes this camp, he's just got to back up. We do see Kanai's Q to reduce damage, so that should help with the Tychus burn. Valk just needs to walk away here, or he is going to be one dead cow. You see Prog Rock, so that'll help a little bit with their sustained healing between the Decker Potions, Loudspeakers, and Pinball, pretty standard. I'm actually a real big fan of Crowd Surfer overall. We are seeing Team Rainbow Strike Code come to about a 3/4 level lead at this point. That's mostly been off of just Soak here. You can see they're about 1,500 ahead in Soak, and that represents the majority of their lead here. Looks like they're just D.Va just handling this double Soak maybe a little bit stronger, as we've seen like KT and Tychus both kind of rotating the mid when D.Va can't catch that wave, kind of forcing these uneven fights. But Tychus in a very dangerous spot, but the Hyper Shift will come out to save him as Pens come online for Team Rainbow Strike Go. This is a bad fight for CCS at this point. We do see the APOC come down. We see the Phoenix go down and pick off Tassadar. We see Odin come out for the Siege. Cassia going to get picked off. We do see Urel trying to get some disruption up here in the backline to make this fight a little bit more even. And unfortunately, it's just a little too late. Blink Heal coming online for Brightwing and Micro Missiles for D.Va. Pretty standard ult choices here. We do see Stage Dive, in fact, out of ETC. Glad to see it. I think there's a lot of interrupt here between Tychus Bomb, KT Stun, Brightwing Polymorph, D.Va Charge with an unstoppable cleanse like that to bump him out of Mosh. Technically Diablo Charge in as well if he pops unstoppable. We do see CCS positioning as 5 here. D.Va is top, so they should take a hard engage. Tychus also going to mid, so yeah, Diablo's going to die for this. Team Rainbow Strike Go just kind of staying in to try and keep Tychus, give Tychus the chance to channel this point, but it does not happen. Yeah, I really would have liked to see Emerald Zul rules. Emerald is a really strong talent. A lot of people don't even consider it. But if you know that, like, the Z target is very telegraphed. You can just hold your W for the Emerald. On the Z target, you cancel almost all of that Z healing, 75%. Would have been a really great choice here, in my opinion. So sad to see that not come online. Other ults, we do see Archon, pretty standard, with Psionic Echo. It looks like it's going for like a mixture of Shockray build. With auto attack, we do see the APOC into the charge, into the flip, onto Thorin, but Cassia just going to walk away with the help of Deckard healing. Odin not able to secure the kill. So, a couple of ults burned here by Team Rainbow Strike Go, with ults just about to be fully online. 5 seconds till Deckard sleep. Valk positioning aggressively again, gets flipped in for it, but is right where he wants to be, right on top of Diablo, who has to burn his cleanse again as they push them off. However, this whole time, D.Va's been sieging top lane. And been getting a lot of value up here. No response to the D.Va. She got all of top fort and is now getting top wall as the fight continues bottom. See more ults burned here by Team Rainbow Strike Go. And to finish off the ults, yeah, it's all standard here. We do see level 13 hit by Team Rainbow Strike Go, just because they've been soaking this top lane, pushing it forward. D.Va can't counterpick Stupid, just opting to say, you know what? We want to take this fight bottom. We want to see if we can take that Brave 5v4. Unfortunately, 5v4 under Fort might as well be a 5v5, especially when you're down a talent here. So they take a rough hit there from in the form of Tassadar's death, which will force them to back off for now. They've been missing a lot of soak. And Urel just heading to cap this top point. Just, what? Does no one know that D.Va exists? Okay, Celadorn finally coming up to respond. Tassadar coming in to poke her down. Honestly, she could sit here. He just burned all his abilities. She could have sat there for another 5 seconds or so, blown her bomb, got a lot more damage out on that. but decides to save it for mid. Just save her health, save her bomb up for the delay here with the double cap by CCS, but looks like Valk's going to have to step off this bottom point if he wants to survive. Reason why I like crowd surf is it lets you dart out these ways and even up through here when you get trapped in that point with somebody like Diablo. Also, with a Tassadar on your team, Tassadar's walls will no longer be a problem for ETC if he's trying to engage or disengage. And we do see Diva and I think it was KT up here do manage to keep the cap from happening as Diva moves back topside to cap top. It's going to be really hard to fight this top lane now. They have no fort here, no well here at all. It's going to be really hard to fight the top. They're going to have to focus on the bottom. There comes the stage dive to pick off the Tychus, and then a nice positioning by Valk to try and get in on the Diablo. Unfortunately, Diablo just does the counter charge and the Z back in on him, gives him the health. Valk getting baited by the Ruby potions to step up. This is very not... Look, those potions were in a very dangerous spot for you to be stepping, Valk. You need to sip or back. Yeah, backing is probably the better choice. You don't have stage dive, but you do have the cap, at least for now, with Urel top. Diva just getting more siege on this top keep. Very little response from CCS in terms of top keep, but it does mean that they get the Dragon Knight. They're going to take it bottom, try to keep that, try to equalize the top pressure by creating some bottom pressure for themselves. Diva just able to kind of slide away from ETC and Urel. Urel going to up to stay top, try and get them 16s as they kind of wait around for ETC to show up bottom. Looks like Cassie is deciding to move in without ETC. ETC stage dive coming down on the Tychus and the KT. Not getting much value out of this Dragon Knight. They may get this fort just with the siege potential here. Diva burning cleanse to avoid being bumped, and they don't even get the fort here. Manages to push them out. The threat of Diva and Odin Tychus is enough. And here comes, oh man, the blow up pump with APOC. Nice 4-man, 5-man sleep there though. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do anything off it as the main source of damage outside of Tassadar is already dead. Blown up by the APOC into wall stun, into flip combo, with all the Tychus and KT damage on the other side of it. Valk forced to back again for some mana. He does have stage dive. We're going to see CCS just kind of watch this push to see that their camps are being taken. Eldorn getting a little bit of poke in on Diablo, but not much. They're just going to be forced to clear this camp as they were down members. Urel being kind of way overextended over here and going to get ganked hard for it. There's the Polly, so whatever charge she had, but she does pop Unbreakable. That'll mean she walks away scot-free. That's the power of that ult there, everyone. I would like to see all of CCS here pushing forward. They know that Urel was just attempted to be ganked top. They need to push forward and take the bottom fort, take the advantage of TRSG being out of position to defend and not getting the gank. We do see TRSG go ahead and pick up that camp. Looks like Counterpick Stupid is kind of posturing around the shrine, maybe looking towards the Bruiser camp, as TRSG is going to look towards taking the Bruiser camp for themselves. And Counterpick Stupid decides, all right, we're going to gank Diva. No charge away. No bomb gets to go off today. And that is a stage dive onto the Diva, a sleep onto the Diva, Brightwing. And that is a dead Diva. I'd like to see some follow-up on the Brightwing, but the rest of the team decides to switch over onto Diablo. Probably a better call. They have the rest of the team sitting and waiting. That's what Urel is going to be feeling right now. Urel's Arch Defender not up for another 50 seconds. All ults on the side of Counterpick Stupid used up there to get that pick onto Diva. Let's see what they do with it. Osprey going top on Urel to cap that top shrine. No vision of TRSG right now, so you gotta play real safe. You gotta have to assume they're either coming to drop shrine now that they've popped this Bruiser camp, or they're coming to mid to defend. So they see them top. Urel says, alright, I can hold this point for long enough for you to cap. Just cap. Keep them off of you and cap. And that's what works. Asa has regen in 8 seconds, 6 seconds, so they're just going to be fine there with instant mount. As we see Dragon Knight taking bottom again, Tychus going to come over, not able to pop the Ardent Defender in time to survive the Tychus bomb. It is a full Q build Tychus, interesting. I usually see people take Titan Grenade. These are not the standard ones, but they do get a lot of value into waves. Damage against them is increased 15%. That clears waves really fast. Did go for the stunt or root armor. Very smart into ETC, who does get picked off here just by the combos of KT bombs and just oppressive Diablo. Maybe overstaying their welcome a little bit here, as they're also going to lose top to this push of the camp that was grabbed by TRSG before the cap. So all in all, Counterpick Stupid got the point, but they lost 3 members, and their core is under siege pressure. They're going to lose a 4th member here on the counter push by TRSG. TRSG just looking very dominant this game. There's going to be core damage here, almost definitely. Maybe not. Uriel just came back up. Should be able to clear this out. A little bit of core damage, but not as much as I was expecting. Do lose the fort bottom, have to give up the siege camp now. TRSG looking to probably still siege up bottom here. Still 3 members down. 2 seconds left for ETC, 5 seconds left for Decker. Decker needs a little bit of setup time to get those heals really going. And the stun onto his own tower onto Tassadar secures the kill. Osprey able to pop the absorb to keep himself alive on Uriel, but taking a lot of damage there. Deckard also taking a lot of damage from the KT bomb. TRSG just kind of holds siege up here on bottom with the siege camp. Not really worried about any other lane at this point. They do have 20 advantage. We do see Flamethrower. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen... Is this meta? Chat, tell me if this is meta. I feel like this isn't meta. Everything else looks normal. Still don't have any 20s on the side of Counterpick Stupid. They're just fighting a really uphill battle here. Great sleep, but the Diva still manages to pop the bomb before she can get burned out. And Tychus walks away as Cassia eats all the damage from the bomb. It turns out that you can, in fact, kill Deckard Cain as he also goes down. That was a rough one. And with those picks, this game is looking very, very good for TRSG. Valve not going to be able to keep the damage off the core. Still 5 members. 20s do come online. So Twilight Archon may help here a little if they can keep this siege, but with big red button coming out from Tychus. Just too much damage. GG on both teams. But really, really dominant play in the second half of that game by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Let's take a look for a moment at the damage numbers and stats. You see 13 to 5. I got so many stupid things in my text channel here, man. All right, we see 13 kills to 5. Level 21 to level 20. We see 92k healing on the side of Brightwing. Brightwing just a really strong healer. And without Emerald to cancel that Z healing, Okay, Putu, I didn't know Flamethrower was a thing. I mean, KT was not getting pressured at all. So I don't really know what Flamethrower did much. I mean, the cooldown reduction, I guess. I always thought Infinite Bomb Spread was the choice there. Isn't that the choice at 20? Anyway, I don't play all that much KT. We do see Tassadar putting out big damage numbers. But Tychus just putting out very similar numbers. Cassia and KT very close. It's just the pressure from between Diablo and KT follow up with Brightwing polys and stuff. Just really, really hard. Couldn't get onto the Brightwing. Death's only 1 apiece for Tychus and KT. 2 for Diva. But Diva just able to free siege top for like half of that game. I think that's really what cost the, CCS the late game there. Was just a free siege from Diva. Almost the whole game, just being able to kind of take top down, all that pressure top, got core damage out. That's then that kind of just spelled disaster for them. They're going to need, if CCS wants to pull it back in game 2, they're going to need to find an answer for the D.Va, and they're going to need to find an answer for the Brightwing. I think those are the two heroes that gave them the most trouble. Diablo was great. The Diablo plays from Silver were amazing. The stuns, the APOC engages, all of that was fantastic. But just the Brightwing healing and the D.Va siege, CCS just didn't have an answer for it in this draft. So I will go ahead and head to a break real quick while we wait for CCS versus Team Rainbow Strike Go game number 2. Let me go ahead and update the score here as Team Rainbow Strike Go picks and wins Dragonshire. Dragonshire, I think one of Team Rainbow Strike Go's stronger maps. They really like that. Those solo lane heavy maps. Just give their chance to Kingle to just kind of play the solo lane how he likes to play it, dominate, and then come into team fights later in the game. After getting that soak advantage. Kryn, you know how I feel about the term reverse sweep in a best of 3. Why would you do this to me? And with that, I'm supposed to be on this page so you guys can see the stats better. Sorry, my bad. I forgot. Here, I can show you the talent builds as well before I go to the break. See Death Metal. 20 is just coming online really late for CCS. You see Martial Law from the pretty standard Cassia build. Inner Light is really strong. The standard Urel build here. Valen's Chosen, Divine Steed, Hand of Freedom. All right, and we are getting into lobby number 2, and I will be right back with game number 2 between TRSG and Counterpick Stupid. Don't go anywhere. All right, everyone. We have had the map picked by Team Rainbow Strike Go. Counterpick Stupid opting for first pick again. and Rainbow Striko saying, "All right, you want to give us a map pick? We're gonna take you to Hanamura Temple. What a fun map! I have no idea how this map works, really. So take all of my casting and advice with a grain of salt, because I ban this map every single game." As we hop into the first ban of Hanamura Temple here from CCS, are they going to answer the Diva? Are they going to answer the Brightwing? Brightwing just as strong on this map, in my opinion. Strong on every map right now, really. Diva can be a threat on this map as well. Just being really annoying. Able to get between top and bottom really quickly, so she can kind of make any fight a 5v4. And the Malthael ban, just keeping Kingle off the Malthael. Malthael really one of Kingle's stronger heroes, so understand the ban out of it. CCS has also not had the greatest history into Malthaels. If I see their stats here, 44% of the games that they have lost have been against Malthael. That is 4 games total for CCS. So, Diva really should get banned out here. If they're not going to pick it, they need to ban it. This is Hanamura, after all, is Overwatch map. Diva just gets an inherent power buff from that, so I've heard. Garrosh banned out from the side of TRSG. Again, makes sense. Valk's Garrosh has been really strong for them this season. Stats-wise, 33% of the games that CCS has won have been with Garrosh. That's 4 games. Second ban is on the Rexar. Again, worried about that offlane Rexar on Hanamura. Yeah, having the extra body to push the point, having the body to kind of sit in lane while one body stands on the point or one body grabs the vision camp. That's a rough way. Let me see who you guys are cheering for in chat. I'm seeing some CCS. Who is CCS? Subutai. Gaslow banned out again. So same bans, just a different order from CCS, going with the Malthael first and then the Rexar. And then we just see Garrosh and Gaslow again. I really want to see Diva picked up here. Diva's got to be first pick priority. And there it is. Okay, good. I'm like, you can't give them Diva again. Not on Hanamura. All right, so the Diva picked up for CCS. Osprey hopping on Diva. Plays to win. Let's see what the first 2 picks out of TRSG are going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like Greymane, Brightwing. Yeah, I like Brightwing a lot. Brightwing just a strong healer. And Diablo, so just opting with that really strong one too. They've got Diablo into Brightwing Poly. That's a blow up. That's a blow up comp right there. So Kutu, you should avoid talking too much in my chat about Flamethrower. You know what happened last time you talked too much in my chat. All right, we do see the Rainer and the Li Ming picked up from the side of CCS. Rainer and Li Ming, both very strong damage dealers, very standard. Li Ming's just a very strong mage. There's a lot of flank opportunities on this map to come up from below or down from above. And Rainer just dishing out constant damage. Both very strong heroes. We do see the Mei ban, so another tank ban, a little bit afraid of that Valk tank action. Now, who do we see out of the side of CCS? Who are they going to ban out? They just had Mei banned. Probably a damage dealer here that they don't want to deal with. I would suggest the KT, and there it is, the KT ban. KT was given a lot of trouble last game. I'm not like Tyke has had the damage numbers, right? The KT stun is follow up to Diablo pull to Poly to all of that.
I stand ready.
Then we have Vala and Zarya. So Zarya offering them a lot of it's going to be very hard to kill Team Rainbow Strike Go here. Between Brightwing heals and Zarya shields, I would be very surprised if this is a high kill game. At least a high death game on the side of Parachute. Whitemane coming out, very, very strong healer. And Joanna, one of Valk's stronger tanks. Well, maybe the stats don't show it this season. Definitely one of Valk's stronger tanks. One of Valk's more comfortable tanks. And we do see Artanis coming out from Kingo. So we're running Zarya, Artanis, Diablo. So basically hyper carry Vala. Zarya's going to throw shields on Vala. Artanis is going to siege top lane with the amateur opponent. He's going to be able to grab Samurai Camp, which I lovingly call Samurai Jack, all on his own with the amateur opponent, and just give the 4-man the chance to do whatever he wants. And we're loading into game number 2 between Counterpick Stupid and Team Rainbow Strike Go here. More of a grudge match than anything. Placements in playoffs are, still up in the air for a few teams, but both these teams just kind of looking to... They've secured their spot in playoffs at this point. They're just kind of looking to change up the standings here a little with this match. As far as everything else goes, I just lost my train of thought. We're going into Hanamura between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Counterpick Stupid here. On the left-hand side, home team can't Counterpick Stupid. We do have Joanna played by Valkymer, Li Ming played by Thorin, Raynor played by Kelador, Diva played by Osprey, and Whitemane played by Madati. I want to watch these Whitemane plays. We do have Zarya played by Robert, Brightwing played by Panda, Artanis played by Kingle, Styx played by Vala, and Diablo played by Silver. And let's go ahead and get those level 1 talents up. We do see the Laws of Hope here. Diva just getting ready to go top, Artanis doing the same. They do have a little bit of a map advantage here, just by being on the left-hand side, because Jack is a little bit closer to bottom lane on the left side than it is on the right side. So, since it's top lane on the right. Which means the 4-man that goes and does this camp has a much quicker rotation here and back to lane. Oh yeah, this is certainly a grudge match, Corinne. Team Rainbow Strike Go and CCS have fought off against each other many times, probably 15 or more maps at this point. They have fought against one another. Scrims and previous seasons and other tournaments. You see Vala eating a lot of damage early there. But Brightwing just going to burn the Z. Burn the Z real quick, not much real reason to hold on to it. Then Vala heal right back up. See Whitemane heading off by herself, Raynor following up just behind. He does have Exterminator just quickly. Meanwhile, Osprey just giving Artanis a little bit of trouble. Trying to keep him off the soak. Osprey just kind of walking around. You see the 3 here without Diablo come up to take Jack with himself. So 2 here means 2 here get to take the recon king. Oh, Subutai. The casting, the confidence is completely fake. I just say things and act like I'm right. And anybody that says otherwise gets timed out in chat. Just ask Putu. Kidding, of course. Thanks for stopping by, Subutai. Have a fun time at the bachelorette party. We do see the Jack Camp get a little bit of damage out on the wall. So the unfortunate part about the siege camp is it kind of keeps you from getting the soak. But they are a little bit ahead. We do see rotations from Raynor and Whitemane to top to clear the Jack Camp from Team Rainbow Strike Go's side. Both teams opting to grab their turrets as Team Rainbow Strike Go says, all right, let's step up onto the recon camp. We just saw that CCS was doing recon camp top, so we'll just trade recon camps, try to catch up on levels just a bit. I mean, both teams are fairly even here. Level 4's online. The charge onto to Joanna. Not going to mean as much. Joanna's a lot less of a squishy tank than, say, an ETC. The Diablo charge not able to get as much value, but if he can get onto somebody like the White Mane or the Ming, then it's going to hurt a lot. We do see Orb build coming out for Ming here. I think I would have liked to see Dominance. No, I wouldn't have. I think this is completely right. Because Zarya is going to basically ensure that there are very few kills on this side, so it's hard to go reset build Ming. And maybe that's why the Zarya is brought out, to just try and prevent those resets out of Ming. Did you see Fight or Flight from Raynor, Rush Down, and Pro Moves? I don't often see Pro Moves picked. I feel like it's Liquid Cooling or Heavy Metal or whatever the other one. I think it's Full Metal. Full Metal gets picked a lot. Did you see both teams kind of posturing around the point here? I wouldn't be surprised to see CCS back off and do their Sentinel camp as soon as that's up. It's up a little bit sooner than Rainbow Strike goes.
Now I'll show them.
Oh, sorry, got distracted by the Diva. As we do see CCS just kind of being like, all right, we're going to take the Recon Camp bot, get ourselves some more XP, win the race to 7s, hopefully. We do see, yep, Raynor and White Mane just backing off. All right, let's do Jack. Let's go ahead and capture Jack. And Team Rainbow Strike doing the same. They're a little bit more pushed forward, but Diva kind of holding the point down. Oh, actually, I misread the way this goes. Counterpick Stupid was a little push forward. Diva just kind of holding it in place for a second to give Counterpick Stupid the chance to siege up bottom lane here. I totally missed that. Let me zoom out a little bit. Here's the super zoom that I don't like. Take me back to regular zoom, please. We do see Calamity here, so it's standard choice there. Look, in most circumstances, Snowglare, I would say that Dominance is the right choice of 4. However, into a Zarya, probably not. So smart choices here from Thorin on Ming. See, the midpoint's just kind of being passive. We do see Raynor and White Mane kind of just rotating top to clear the camp as Rainbow Strike just gets pushed themselves a little bit more forward. Goes aside. All right, let's grab our turret. We have 1. Let's get a second. And Rainbow Strike says, yeah, or Counterpick Stupid says, yeah, we're going to do the same. So my basic understanding of this map is that the Sentinel camp is your real objective. You can get a lot of siege off the Sentinel camp, whereas the point itself, for how long you spend fighting over it, doesn't really do all that much. I like Super Zoom in some circumstances, Kryn, but do you want to watch a whole match like this? You can barely see the heroes. Anyway, zooming in on the fight here, we do see Li Ming take a little bit of damage, but able to just teleport away. Raynor getting hit a little bit by Diablo, but just able to heal that right back up with Adrenaline Rush. And the Brightwing is forced to Z out onto Diablo to save him. I think he probably would have lived anyway, but this tops him off. Turret down in the path of the point. Just going to burn that down real fast from the side of Counterpick Stupid. Counterpick Stupid also used one of their own turrets during that fight, so I believe we're both turrets were used by Team Rainbow Strike Go there. As I just jump back and forth between mid and bottom real fast here on my pan camera. Level 10's coming online for both teams very shortly here. They're both very even still. So level 10 should theoretically come online for Team Rainbow Strike just a bit sooner. So let's see if they do anything with this level 10 advantage. Yeah, just no soak coming out from Counterpick Stupid until top lane gets soaked up by Osprey. So now level 10's even for both teams. Brightwing holding a pick, maybe for... Just hasn't picked it yet. Or there we go, yeah. Blink kill out of Brightwing. Makes sense. We do see the laser ult out of Artanis. I think Blind probably would have done good into somebody like a White Mane and a Raynor. White Mane depends on her auto attacks to get some extra healing out. Diva depends on her auto attacks. Raynor depends on his auto attacks. I think Blind probably would have been a better ult choice here. We see Strafe. I really don't see Strafe a lot. I feel like Rain of Vengeance is the pick. So we're interested to see what Vala's going to do with this Q build into Strafe. Just, I guess just going full damage, right? Like, I'm going to burn you down inside the Lightning Breath. So actually interesting Lightning Breath as opposed to APOC this game. I'm just a little worried that Joanna kind of interrupts the APOC combo. With Blessed Shield, Wave of Force, Hyperion, Micro Missiles, and Divine Reckoning. Yeah, the damage just gets so much healing, and the mana return. So, can't Counterpick Stupid opting to use their Jack as a distraction to try and go get that pick top lane onto Kingle, and they should get it. That should definitely be a kill. They're going to go ahead and clear Team Rainbow Strike Go's Jack for themselves while letting the point push towards bottom. Looks like Raynor and D.Va staying top to do this. Whitemane just headed bottom already to say, all right, we can't let the point get too far. Yep, and as soon as that happens, Caladoran on Raynor just moving right back bottom saying, all right, go on a delay the point as long as you can, I'm coming. Is a 4v4 if they can step up, but it looks like CCS just opting, all right, give it. We got the value we wanted. As Siege on the Wall happened, they are Siege on the Wall matched by Team Rainbow Strike Go on the top lane. So mostly a fairly even game here so far. I'm interested to see how the post-level 10 team fights play out. As I sniffle a little bit off mic there for you. Let's just save your ears. Oh man, I forgot to call the objective Donkey Kong last game. The most important job I had. I had one job. And it was to normalize Jack as the name of these samurai camps and Donkey Kong as the Dragon Knight. Alright, well, we do see a fight by TRSG over this objective. CCS actually trying to clear the recon camp for themselves and wind up giving TRSG the XP right back. As Caladoran forced to walk away, Valk forced to peel. No major ults burned on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, but that's Graviton and the laser burned by Artanis. What is this, like Purifier Beam? Yeah. See Artanis just soaking top still. Getting that soak values. Ahead a little bit in just soak numbers is TRSG. Both teams opting to snap over to their respective Jacks. With 13s online for both teams, fights are again going to be even. This game has just been like a series of equal measures taken by both teams. Neither team really making any huge plays or getting ahead in any meaningful way. We do see the Graviton Surge go out by Zarya. We do see Consecrate dealing so much damage and providing so much healing for the side of CCS that Artanis gets picked off. Diablo gets picked off, Li Ming gets picked off, Brightwing is low and forced to retreat, and all of Team Rainbow Strike Go forced to back up here. Meanwhile, Samurai Jack just kind of pushing bottom lane. Very likely going to be the fort here. Yeah, Diablo just doesn't have enough clear for this whole wave. And CCS saying, all right, we're going to take the first major damage of the game. We won our first big team fight after level 13. Finally, a big team fight. Let's go, teams. Both teams, I think, kind of just having a lot of respect for the other team. A lot of concern about trying to make too risky of a play on a map like Hanamura, where one bad play can kind of cost you the whole game. We do see top wall get taken out with the advantage, as they saw all of TRSG having to go bottom to clear Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack creating a nice distraction to give them the chance to siege. TRSG going to go and step up onto the recon camp here. A little bit of a dangerous engage. I was going to say, but Consecrate goes down, and two quick pickoffs by CCS. CCS really, like, once these fights started happening, CCS is just kind of destroyed. They have so much CC. The Consecrate getting so much damage. The positioning from TRSG just kind of stepping in it. Especially with Lightning Breath, he just kind of like roots himself in place for a while. Gives Whitemane so much free healing. If we actually take a look at those healing numbers, yeah, just 42k healing to Brightwing's 41. And just a 5-man team wipe to get to level 16s, about almost a 2-level lead, maybe about a level and 3/4 lead here by Can't Counterpick Stupid now. And we can see all of that is coming from, look, 7k in heroes to about 1k. And actually ahead in minions now as well. Ahead on structures too, and just slightly ahead on passive. Actually not ahead on structures, even, how is that possible? Oh, they have the same walls, I guess. Anyway, not important as we get back to this fight. Can't Counterpick Stupid saying, hey, we have 16s, we're gonna take Jack for ourselves. I know it's your Jack, but we're gonna take him. And the Blessed Shield engages great. Divine Reckoning goes down, burns Brightwing out. Artanis falls quickly behind, and Zarya really not able to do much in these fights to protect the rest of her team. Just too much CC on the side of CCS.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Red team's core is under attack.
With the double cap on the vision camp being called out by Mimed, as D.Va just goes and says, alright, you don't get a well here either. Interesting question I have for anybody that knows D.Va's talent. I haven't played her since the rework. Does liquid cooling let you tap a well? Like, it lets you tap wells from anywhere, right? Does it let you tap a well if there are no wells for your team left on the map? I want answers. CCS saying, alright, we have a 2-level lead. We're going to go take our Jack. We took your keep. We also pushed an objective. We're doing everything on the map right now. We're going to get your wall. We're going to get a lot of good damage out onto your keep itself. You now have no wells left. So these later game team fights are going to be difficult for TRSG. And just like another great Consecrate. There comes the Lightning Breath from TRSG. Just rooting him in place. Letting Li Ming get all that free damage with the massive orbs. Whitemane has to kind of run around to dodge Purifier Beam, so not able to stand still and get too much healing out, but we do see the kill go out onto Vala first before Raynor falls through the lack of healing from Whitemane because she was pulled away by the Purifier Beam. So good Purifier Beam usage there by Artanis. Artanis manages to stay alive. It is currently 2-for-1 in favor of TRSG. TRSG low, Artanis low. Looking to try and get a pick on D.Va, but maybe a little aggressive here. And blue team, that's CCS, goes ahead and says, all right, this is fine. We'll distract you here while our wave takes your keep. So no keeps left on the side of TRSG. TRSG has 3 katas about to be on their core. Will be cleared up by Vala, though, as the fight here over the turret camp goes in the favor of TRSG. Still down 2 members from the side of CCS. Opting to fight the 3v4. CCS, just back up here. You're not going to get the kills. There's Divine Reckoning out. Playing very, very aggressively. Actually kills Diablo in a 3v4. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, just like getting all the minions on core, no keeps left. They're gonna go ahead and take Samurai Camp, and I wouldn't be surprised if they push to end with this camp. Whitemane will heal this whole team right back up with 1 use of her ult, which is up in 25 seconds. Still 2 dead from the side of TRSG. 20's online for CCS. Jack pushing in with them. Brightwing still trying to clear bottom, trying to catch up on levels. So this is currently a 5.5 v3. With the side of Jack, and this should be game. I don't think there's anything Team Rainbow Strike Go can do here, as Jack just chunks the core. Jack's still half health. GG's to the side of both teams, but this one being taken in favor. How do I do the zoom? That's how. This one being taken in favor of CCS. So we will be going to game 3, everybody. Let's go. Excited. Game 3. Let me bring you into that perfect little stat summary screen so it's a little bit bigger for you all to see here, and my face is more beautifully displayed. Like I said, D.Va gets passive buffs on Hanamura, so it's just like, how do you let her go through? I don't understand that. You know? Like, it's an Overwatch map. You can't let D.Va go through on Hanamura or Volskaya. Disclaimer, that's not how this works. I know, I'm just making a joke. That's how jokes work. In case you weren't aware. All right, let's take a little bit of a look at the numbers of almost a completely opposite game from game 1. Very, very close for like the whole beginning of the game up until around level 13. And then Counterpick Stupid said, all right, we just win these fights. We win them. And they just won fight after fight after fight into Team Rainbow Strike Go on point after point after point. Yeah, Mech only died once. Steven never actually had a real death. Wymain never died. And just crazy damage numbers out of Li Ming compared to anything on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go there. Like Li Ming and D.Va both out damaging the two top damage on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. And those fights were just, it was clear. Counterpick Stupid got the Joanna. They got the D.Va. They felt comfortable with Raynor and Li Ming, and Whitemane, just the healing numbers out of Whitemane in those fights with the Consecrate. MVP of that whole game is Whitemane Consecration. What is the talent actually called? Divine Reckoning. Consecrate an area. That's what I keep saying it, Consecration. But Divine Reckoning, MVP of that whole game, just so much healing on every single one of those team fights. This TRSG just kind of clumping together in the middle of it, just offering all this healing and a bunch of damage out of Divine Reckoning as well. So, with that, here are the talent builds. I don't know too much about some of these heroes. I mean, this seems... Yeah, this seems like a normal build out of Artanis here. Templar Zeal's a little one that I don't normally see, but it helps with wave clear a lot. Oh yeah, like just take a look at that Whitemane DPS beating Zarya actually. Yeah, I don't know how much value Strafe got. I think I would have liked more CC on the side of TRSG. I didn't really see Strafe come out all that often. If it did, I just was missing it. But I definitely thought that I definitely think that Rain of Vengeance would have given them a lot more. You know, you group them up with Graviton Surge, you Rain of Vengeance them, you throw Lightning Breath over that, you Rain of Vengeance them again. They're stuck in Lightning Breath, they eat a bunch of damage, they're super slow. Purifier Beam's just free to siege whoever's standing there now. Yeah, I think Rain of Vengeance would have rounded out that Wombo a little bit better and given them a better chance in those later game team fights. I see what the follow is going for, like this just, spell power, Q, just I'm going to rack you with damage, but I don't see this being a very common build, and I think it's just too high risk for the reward. Hard to pull off, but if you can pull it off, it does a lot of damage. All right, with that, we will update the scores and go to a break as we get ready for Game 3 between Counterpick Stupid and Team Rainbow Strike Go. All right, everyone. Team Rainbow Strike Go got map pick. Again, they opted for map pick over first pick here. Oh, no, not Tomb of the Spider Queen. That was banned. Wrong one. I misclicked. Towers of Doom. We're on Towers of Doom. We're on Towers of Doom, everybody. Not Tomb of the Spider Queen. That was banned by CCS. Towers of Doom here, picked by TRSG. So a very team fight heavy map. Again, a map where double soaking is very strong. So I would expect to see Malthael banned again. I'm not sure if we'll see the Rexar ban again, but possibly. D.Va going to be a big priority between both teams here. I will be surprised if TRSG lets D.Va go through again after her last game. Since they do not have first pick here. But maybe they're more worried about Gazlo than they are about D.Va. Still waiting on one member from the side of CCS, but looks like things are readied up now. So we are getting ready to go into game number 3 between Can't Counterpick Stupid and Team Rainbow Strike Go. Who is excited? I know I'm excited. Welcome, everyone, to Towers of Doom. All right. Oh, by the way, I think the last time I casted, I talked about how I was going bald. I think it's getting better. I started taking this stuff from a company called Keeps. They did some prescription. I had a couple consultations with the doctor. And I think my hairline is like actually starting to improve. So, Pog. All right. First ban again from the side of CCS. Just really liking that first ban. And TRSG just kind of be like, all right, we like map pick. The whole team just being pretty respectful of that at this point. Do we see the same bans come out for a third game in a row? The Rexar ban out again from the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Just like, hey, they have a Rexar player. Let's not let it through. And Garrosh, same thing. Hey, Valk plays Garrosh? Nah, I don't want to deal with that. Valk's Decimate Garrosh is a thing to behold. You wouldn't think it works, but it does. I got you, Valk. Shoutouts to Valk's mom, by the way. That is an obligatory thing in any CCS team ever. And the Malthael ban again, so same bans from the side of CCS for game 3. 3 games in a row, they know what they don't like. And yes, the D.Va takes priority over the Gazlo here. They know they can't get it. They do not want to give it to the opponents. And Gazlo picked up instead. Keladorn just waiting. Keladorn be like, all right, here's the game plan. We lose game 1. We take D.Va game 2. They ban D.Va game 3. And I finally get to play Gazlo. Keladorn picking up the Gazlo on the side of CCS. In fact, I believe Keladorn the only person in any CCS org that plays Gazlo, for those that don't know. Diablo and Junkrat picked up by the side of TRSG. B-Man's gonna rip me a new one in chat over that joke. Alright. Diablo and Junkrat. So Junkrat's very strong on this map, got a lot of delays on all of the shrine points. Can kind of just safely delay them. Zul very strong in the double soak, so we can already see what's happening here. 4-man Guz. 4-man Guz. Let's go. Is this going to be another May ban? I think so. I think they don't want to deal with the May. There it is. May banned out. Valk say, no, Valk. You don't get to play May. Also, Valk, only player in any CCS org that plays May, as far as I know. No. B-Med doesn't play Gazwitz. Not at all. No team needs to worry about banning that into B-Med. And the KT ban again. So same bans as last game from the side of CCS, just swapping the Gazlo and the D.Va on the side of TRSG.
This galaxy shall
And a Leoric pickup to match the double soak from Zool. Good choice. I like Leoric a lot. Leoric's a strong hero, especially come level 20. If they can get to level 20s in this game. Oh, man, yeah, if they can get to level 20s in this game. Lucio and Leoric, both very strong level 20 heroes. Junkrat also has very strong. The cooldown resets on Riptire at level 20 are insane. Look, I've never told a lie on stream. Okay, fine. I play Gaslow. All right, you got me. Whitemane again and Joanna. Yeah, the Joanna Whitemane was just such a strong combo from last game. I don't see why they would have any reason to change it. Looking at TRSG's draft, there's not much there that they can't heal out or deal with between Whitemane and Joe. Just getting a lot of value for them last game. And Lunara actually picked up. So Lunara is an interesting choice. All right. So Lunara is an interesting choice. Kind of rounds out the draft here a little. But kind of that poke damage, the wave clear in the 4-man most like. Actually, I think we see. Well, Leoric's in the offlane. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, Junkrat and Lunara will both. I think a lot of poke there from the side of Junkrat and Lunara. I wouldn't be surprised to see Thornwood Vine, but I know the other whatever Leaping Strike I think is just so strong, so it wouldn't surprise me to see either ult here actually. Leoric better go into him. If Leoric doesn't go into him, he's trolling. Yeah, just kind of looking at things. 4-man Gaz is going to be really strong for them in bottom lane. They're going to have a big command over both of the bottom camps, to be honest. Joanna can just kind of step up and engage into TRSG's bottom camp. No problem. I want to see how well this page works for loading in. Now you guys can't see the load screen. Ooh, I've hidden it. As we get ready to start up game number 3 between Counterpick Stupid and Team Rainbow Strike-O. Let me tell you the teams. We've got CCS on the left-hand side. Joanna played by Valkymer again. Li Ming played by Thorin again. Gaslow played by Caledorn. Zool played by Osprey. And Whitemane played by Madathi again. We have Lunara played by Robert. Lucio played by Panda. Diablo played for a third time tonight by Silver. Kingle playing Leoric. And Junkrat played by Styx. The good lucks have fun being thrown out by both teams. Let's open up those talents. Same talent choice from John here. Laws of Hope, just real strong sustain. And I'm on the wrong thing! Ah! There we go. Alright, now you can see the talents. And we can see the start of the game. Zool just being like, alright, I'm just going to head top. Kingle saying that maybe a cat ran over Kingle's keyboard here or something. But opting for that 5v4 fight mid to start before getting soaked up. Kingle not afraid of missing any soak up here, really. Yeah, Kingle and Panda just going to move up together. While TRSG, the rest of TRSG moves down to bottom lane. So a 3v4 here bottom, and Zool just says, alright, I'm content. I'm going to double soak mid-top all game. Both teams just kind of playing standard here. Neither team getting really too much of a lead out of that exchange. Zool just playing safe, saying, alright, I see your 4-man coming mid. I'm going to back up. Meanwhile, yeah, so Team Rainbow Strike Go opting to kind of rotate the 4-man into mid. Interesting. Whereas CCS just says, no 4-man. We'll pick up whatever little bit of soak we can get as we go onto our own camp. TRSG also going onto their camp. So it doesn't look like any invades happening this time around, as both teams will clear their camp around the same time. Boom, boom, 1 second later for TSRG. Thanks for the help in chat. I did notice before anybody said it in chat, or at least before I saw it in chat.
Red team draws first blood.
And that is Whitemane gets picked off, I think by a Junkrat mine. I missed it because I was talking to chat. Alright, so Whitemane gets picked off by the Junkrat mine into the Diablo, forcing Valk to kind of just have to back up here. He's going to take a bit of damage. Does not have trait. It has to burn Green Cleanse to try and avoid the CC, but it's not enough. So an early lead in terms of hero kills. Both teams fairly even in soak. Looks like TRSG just got a little bit more soak mid that one rotation where they set the 4-man mid. But now that we have Grim Scythe here from Zool, there's not really going to be much trouble keeping up with Leoric double soak. Leoric going Neil Peasants, of course, and Ossian Renewal. We do see Boom Pow and blow him up out of Junkrat, my favorite combo. And just throwing a mine down to say, hey, back up, Gazlo. We don't want to deal with you. Lunara opting to grab top camp here. That's actually going to mean a lot of pressure here. Valk already set up to get bottom, but Junkrat delaying. Going to have the gentlemanly trade top, and the big fight will happen over bottom lane. Unfortunately, this camp means that while Osprey has to stay here, they can TRSG can dedicate 5 members to bottom to take this point. So this is a 5v4, one that CCS probably doesn't want to take. It's an early objective. And while they don't necessarily want to concede any early leads to TRSG, they don't want to take any early losses in a bad fight. Yeah, Leoric's just going to go ahead and back on out of there. And CCS just gonna use this time to try and catch up on soak. So again, they're a little bit of, oh no, they're still about even on soak here now, which is interesting. I would have assumed missing. Yeah, okay, they're ahead on soak now. But still just slightly behind in terms of heroes, so just slightly behind overall. But we'll start to catch up as more of those 5v4s go in the favor of CCS, and by that I simply mean that CCS doesn't lose anybody in the 5v4 and can kind of delay it for a while. And excuse me, I need to take a sip of water because my throat is getting a little hoarse. All right, big fight breaking out here. Bottom 4 versus 4 with Zool and Leoric simply trading lanes up in top. Both teams just kind of saying, all right, we're going to clear the wave. We're going to put some damage out on each other. Whitemane gets another big Junkrat bomb and picked off again. Gazlo in a little bit of a bad position. Junkrat bomb blows Li Ming from being able to help in any way, and Gazlo also gets picked off here by Diablo. So far, TRSG taking the early game aggression, which they really need to do into a combo like Joanna Whitemane, which really starts to become scary around level 10 between Blessed Shield and Divine Reckoning. That level 10 power spike is real on the side of Counterpick Stupid. TRSG positioning aggressively over this altar. Zool will delay the first time while Leoric caps their own side. So CCS only needs to fight over this left side. Gazla a little bit out of position thanks to the Diablo. Junkrat Mine blows them back so that they will be separated from Valk on Joanna here. Ming kind of getting that flank in from below, getting a lot of damage out onto Leoric. Kind of staying around the wall from Diablo so he can't get on her too hard. Ming going to try and likely get the delay in there and gets it just barely. As Zool goes to match Leoric top lane and the fights continue to break out here. CCS opting to just try and poke as long as they can while they get 10s. There is the Rip Tire. There is the Leaping Strike, Sound Barrier, Apocalypse this time around, and Mart. Leoric. I said you better be going... Alright, you better get a lot of value out of this March, bud, because you just threw a huge part of your level 20 advantage And this map goes to level 20 a lot of the time. You threw a huge part of your level 20 advantage away there by picking March, man. Silence and Tomb is one of the strongest ults in the game. And we do see CCS's Gambit to kind of delay as long as possible while soaking to their own level 10s work out for them. As Hera, she backs off, grabs their camp, positions to look at CCS's camp. And we see level 10's Blessed Shield, Wave of Force, Gravel Bomb, Skeletal Mages, and Divine Reckoning. I understand Skeletal Mages as a solo lane Zool, but I really think I would have liked to see Poison Nova here. You have a Joanna that can group them all up, a Joanna that can stun them all with Blessed Shield. You have Divine Reckoning from White Mane. You have Gravel Bomb that pulls them all together. Poison Nova. I mean, Zool's going to have to be a part of these team fights, right? Like, Zool has to be part of these team fights in the later part of the game. TRSG just kind of stepping up saying, all right, this is our camp. Gravel Bomb burn, but it's a short cooldown, 60 seconds. I'm sure no fight will break out within 60 seconds. A little bit of a fight breaking out here bottom over the siege minions getting onto bottom fort. CCS in a good enough position to defend, though. Valk stepping up. Just to finish my point about Poison Nova, Zool has to join these fights over these objectives, or they lose the objectives at some point. And Poison Nova would win them these fights really, really hard between Gravel Bomb, and I missed that kill, but it looks like Zool and Li Ming wrapped it up onto Lunara with the Zool rotation down from mid lane. So trading a little bit of soak in top lane for a nice pick to give them the chance to push forward, get some counter siege in bottom lane, and set up for this bottom objective.
The altars have risen. Activate them.
Yeah, Poison Nova can be cancelled by Lucio ult, but that means all of Lucio ult is canceling Poison Nova damage. And between Gravel Bomb, Joanna W, Joanna Blessed Shield, and Divine Reckoning, they're going to be stuck in a place for a long time, eating a lot of damage. This is my opinion. Again, I don't really know all that much. I'm playing C-West too. I'm not some super expert at this game, so maybe it's really well known that you never pick Poison Nova into Lucio ult. I don't know. I feel like you just have to consider all of the combination of ults coming out of CCS's side. But Skeletal Mage is by no means a bad pick. It is really great for a double soaking Zool. It keeps him from getting ganked. It helps him siege if he needs to siege. It even helps in team fights with the slows. So you see Gravel Bomb up on this point, but the Junkrat Bomb blowing everything away. This one minion is actually still neutral. Hasn't been cleared yet. So this point can't be capped until this guy waddles his way back. Junkrat with the genius plays, bumping the minion all the way over here to delay the cap, so that CCS can't cap the point. We do see the Blessed Shield come out from Joanna to take out Diablo, resetting his souls and just giving them some easy clear on this siege here. Yeah, mages will make it easier for Ming to land her stuff. I argue you also have Gravel Bomb and Joanna W and Joanna Slow and, all that for that. But it is what it is. Big fight. It looked like a 5v4 fight breaking out, but they were under tower there, so a little bit of a disadvantage for them. Big leaping strikes coming out onto Ming, hitting her very low, almost dead, but White Mane says, "You're almost dead? Nah, I'll just heal you." You see another big leaping strike out onto Gazlo. Whiff, whiff, whiff. No value out of March. Literally none. As Valk goes in with the Blessed Shield to try and hit two, but his team's just being peeled away by Leoric here. Doesn't have Entomb, but still just saying, hey, nope, I'm going to keep your backline off. And TRSG just kind of taking that point by storm. Valk overextending a little bit without the rest of his team behind him due to the Leoric. And losing the point there. It is 20-28 here in favor of TRSG as they are going to go ahead and take this bottom fort for themselves. So this puts CCS on the back foot a little bit. They've got to retake this fort. TRSG does have 16s, and at this point, they're just going to sit in this bottom lane and protect their fort. It's their fort now. What is CCS going to do about it? Zul still soaking the mid lane. Losing a little bit of soak top here, but because of Leoric interrupting the rotations. As a 4v4 breaks out bottom over this bottom tower. Okay, so at this point, if I'm CCS, I look at this and I say, all of their 4-man is just going to stay on this point. Until camps are capped, there's no reason for our 4-man to be waiting here. We're not going to out-siege we're not going to take this point anytime soon. And we're not going to get any meaningful picks unless somebody plays really out of position. At this point, now it's a 4v3. Now you go in. Lunara's gone mid. Leoric's on top to try and gank. Leoric's on top, just fighting the Zul. Forcing Zul to back. So just getting a little bit extra soak out of sight of TRSG. But what I was trying to say there was, if you are CCS, you go and you gank Leoric. Massive Junkrat Riptire onto the white main means another point will very likely go over to the side of CCS. But it is still a 3v3 here. Lunara hasn't joined the point yet. Leoric interrupting Osprey on this channel. Top right point already taken. That will be Thorn going down to the Lunara poison. Diablo barely surviving. 90 health, 80 health, 70 health. These Gazlo turrets attempting to kill him, but Lucio just saying, nope, I got you. Level 16s are online. Rejuvenatia is up and running. So all that percent health healing onto Diablo and Leoric. Just going to be very hard to get through TRSG's front line at this point. TRSG looking to take another tower here in the 3-tower phase. And they do indeed get all 3 towers. If I'm TSRG now, I spend my time walking these minions in and then I take boss. Or I take boss and then I go bottom to try and walk in those minions for the win. Or I take these top guys after getting boss and walk them into this fort. And now I have, 5 forts again. Because they're gonna clear this pretty quickly here. So TRSG opting to take CCS down to 1 point left on the core. Not looking good, but I have seen crazier comebacks. Structures are even again, still clearing out these bottom sappers as the top sappers are capped by Lunara. Leoric prepping this point. I wouldn't be surprised to see them hold this until this is already dead so that they can try to walk these in for the win. But the rest of TRSG is bottom now, defending their own bottom fort, so maybe they don't try to walk this in. Definitely all 3 of these will not be needed here. So I actually, TRSG is playing the distraction game here. And CCS finally recognizes it. Delaying the backs. Osprey says, there's no way I'd fight these 2 on my own. Everyone needs to be top now because these 3 walk in and end the game. Any one of these 3 gets in and the game is over. CCS overstaying their welcome bottom, not recognizing this win condition. Puts them in a little bit of a tight spot. They do clear it, but now they're out of position and down Osprey and down 20s come this final objective fight. This is going to have to be one heck of a comeback. One heck of a fight here from CCS to win this final altar, or potentially final altar, off of TRSG. TRSG already positioning. Leoric stepping up to channel. Joanna stepping up to do the interrupt. Massive leaping strikes out onto Thorin. White main healing is enough to keep Thorin alive for a little bit longer, but the Riptire finishes theming off with the massive burst. And white main falls shortly behind. 3 members down from the side of CCS. And TRSG takes the 2-1 victory over CCS as Osprey steps up for a final. Look, that is the second March I've seen used. Maybe it got used top lane when they killed Zul, but Entomb would have gotten so much more value that game. It would have gotten so much more value. All right, well, that is game number 3 between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Counterpick Stupid. Team Rainbow Strike Go pulling out the victory. Let me give them their point as they took the great fights on Towers of Doom. GG to both teams. Some awesomely close games. Some exciting back and forths. As we take a look at the final stats pages here. 12 kills to 2. Just not enough kill pressure from the side of CCS onto these big beefy boys with the Lucio healing coming online at level 16. Did get Death March to apply Drain Hope with all the Crushing Hope and Unyielding Despair, so that may have been what this March of the Black King was looking towards. I definitely feel like Silence and Tomb is the way to go from Leoric, but that's just me. Take a look at the stats here real quick. Li Ming putting out a lot of damage, but Junkrat and Lunara both just kind of wrecking shop that game. Lunara able to just get so much damage out onto Li Ming's low health pool, and then Junkrat just says bye-bye with Riptire, and down goes Li Ming. Joanna and Whitemane just getting... They got a lot of value in Game 2. They just couldn't pull off the combos in Game 3. I think the difference being APOC is a really good tool from Diablo that wasn't picked up in Game 2. I think Lucio offered so much extra healing outside of what they had last game with Brightwing. Leoric just did an amazing job in the solo lane doing the double soak. So very hard fought game by both teams. GG's to both. Thanks so much for giving me the honor of casting it too. Always fun to cast. And hope you guys have the best of luck in all your future games this season. I will be seeing you all in playoffs as we make our bid here in the last week of the season, really now. Going towards playoffs in Division C West. Great job by both teams, and thank you so much, everyone who stuck around, commented in chat, had some fun here with me tonight. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you so much for watching.